Hey, this is Michael. Today I'd like to talk about my new cat. This is Leo, and this is Monty, and we're in our catio, and you can see Leo back there. Leo is the newest addition to our family. He's around 2 to 3 years old. He's basking in the sun. You can see Monty here too. See Monty? And Leo has been with us for 2 weeks. Right before the LA fires, I happened to be at a local pet store getting some supplies, and there was an adoption fair, and I happened to see him. And as soon as long story short, as soon as I saw him, I knew he was the one. He was, apologies for all of that. That's from our water, those stains on the on the wall there. I saw him at this adoption fair. I knew he was the one. I wasn't planning on adopting a cat, but I met him and I just knew he was the one. He was, you can see he doesn't have a tail. His tail was amputated. He was turned into a shelter a few months ago, and he had a degloved tail, meaning there was trauma to his tail. His tail was completely stripped, and it was like essentially dead. His tail was stripped of fur. It was almost like a rat's tail, and he was turned into the shelter and was on the euthanasia list to be put to sleep because of his tail. And the shelters here are kill shelters, and they didn't have room for him, and because he had an injury, he was put on the youth list. Where is he now? And that's Monty. That's our cat Monty, and this is the rest of the catio you can see here. And so a rescue came in and picked him up. Apologies for all of my moving the camera. I'm trying to get him on the camera. A rescue pulled him from the shelter, saved his life, and raised money to operate on his tail to take care of the injury. His tail was amputated, and he was put into a foster where he was cared for while he was healing. And he made a full recovery really quickly, bounced right back, and was put up for adoption. And I just happened to come across him at this adoption fair a few days before the fires hit LA. And he just is the happiest, most loving, confident cat. And he's just such a little beam of light that I just knew he was the perfect fit for our pack. And I wanted to be able to give him a home. And we built this big catio, and we've got 2 cats. One is over here. I'll show you, Lady Snowbeam, and then Monty's below playing with my microphone. And then we've got Leo here in the sun. So, wanted to give him a home. And so I had to pick him up during at the height of the fires, and we were on notice to evacuate. We were on warning. We didn't have to evacuate, but there was a warning in our area to evacuate. We didn't have power, and I picked him up anyway, and fortunately the fires did not hit our area. We didn't have to evacuate, and he came home, and now he is loving life. That's Monty right there, and really settling in, so happy. He is just super confident, great with the dogs, but we live in a coyote area, an area with a lot of wildlife. And so we have this catio that we built where you can see there's Monty there. Again, this is from the sprinklers, that white stuff on the wall. There's a lot of, the water needs to be filtered. And Monty's playing on the levels. We've got Lady Snowby over here. I'm going to come over here. This Lady Snowby. She's due for a groom. She's on the wall there. She's a Persian. And you can see this whole area she's got these steps. I'm going to step right here. She's on the levels, and we've got Monty that's exploring. I'll go back to, she's going to go up, basking in the sun. But, I wanted to touch upon, I'm coming back to Leo. Again, apologies for my camera that is moving around a lot. But just knowing when it's meant to be, when you meet an animal and you just know that it's meant to be, and you just meet them and it's like, oh my gosh, there's just this soul connection. It's like you just feel that they're meant to be in your life, or maybe that you've known them in a past life, or that you just sense it in your heart and soul that they're the one. Are you the one? And this is, something that is, I felt with all of my animals, and feeling not only my soul level connection with them, but also their connection with each other. And a lot of times people come to me in animal communication sessions and ask, is this animal my soulmate? Are we meant to be together? Did we know each other in a past life? And usually if you're asking that question, you are likely feeling it. And there is a reason. And maybe with your own pets, you can go back and recognize the synchronicities that occurred that brought you together. That's a bike, by the way, if you're wondering what that is. That's a bike covered in a bike cover stored outside. But the synchronicities that come together that unite you with your pet, like this little guy, I just was guided to go to to get some supplies at the pet store and happened to come across him. And, it's funny because I actually was looking at a tuxedo cat in the adoption fair that looked like our cat Peanut that passed away a little over a year ago. And I was looking at this tuxedo kitten and I was playing around with it, and I just felt like the look it was giving me it was almost like Peanut in spirit was channeling through this kitten and gave me a look like, I'm not the one, look over your shoulder. Not at this is Lady Snowby, but I looked over my shoulder and saw little Leo on the ground, and I was like, oh, who is this with your little bobcat tail and his little nubby that's always moving? And I was like, wow, if I hadn't felt Peanut in that tuxedo cat and the look that tuxedo cat gave me saying, nope, I'm not the one, look on the ground behind you, that was what I was feeling. It's all about divine timing, the synchronicities that came together that connected me with little Leo. And, I could have maybe not moved forward because we were heading into fires, or I could have backed out, or, but I felt in my heart and soul that it was meant to be, and had faith that all would work out and that he would blend well with all of our other animals. And sure enough, he did. And what do you think, Monty? and here we are. But so, listening to the synchronicities, paying attention to the signs, if you're wondering if your animals in spirit are helping to guide you to another animal, they are usually. Ask for their help. Almost say a little prayer to them. Ask them to send you signs, little breadcrumbs on your path to guide you to the next one. And then pay attention to the clues that come your way, because our animals in the afterlife and in spirit are helping to unite us to new animals. And the love can continue. And it doesn't mean that you're replacing an animal. It just means that there's more love to experience. And our animals in the afterlife and in spirit cheering us on with our new animals, maybe helping us. What do you think, Monty? And our current animals helping our new animals to adjust, like Monty's helping Leo adjust. He's being a big brother, a big mentor. They get along famously. And Leo's playing with my microphone cord right here below the camera. But, the joy that, I can't really, let's see. The joy, there he is, that we can experience by paying attention to the signs, the synchronicities, listening to the call that our animals in the afterlife are sharing with us, guiding us to new love, and then celebrating these signs. The more you notice the signs that and the synchronicities that light up your path and guide you to your pets, the stronger your ability to recognize future signs become. And it just strengthens your ability and awareness to be tuned into your intuition and the guidance of from your pets in the afterlife, as well as just your own intuition and your angels, your guides, your higher self, the sacred orchestration of the guidance that is helping to illuminate your path and the path of your pets. So this is in the catio. There's this ledge here. There's this little ledge where they can look out in the yard, but it can be completely safe from the coyotes and hawks and owls and birds. What do you think, Leo? What do you think? So I just wanted to not only share this announcement, I again apologize for the action cam, the announcement of little Leo, give you a little tour of our catio. That's pretty epic. And it's almost like a sanctuary. And, oh, God bless you. And also to just share, you know, the inspiration of tuning in to your own intuition when you are feeling guided to connect with your soulmate pet, to find a new soulmate pet, wondering if your pet is your soulmate, and you know, piecing it together. You may look back on your history with your pets and see, you know what, that was really divinely guided. We really were led to each other. And another little story, Monty I was hiking with my 3 dogs up at a really busy hiking path canyon on a Saturday morning, and I heard we were coming down to the end of the path, and I heard a cat screaming, and I was like, what is going on? Well, I come down to the end of the path, and Monty, all of these people were standing around in shock. And I come down with my dogs and I see Monty on the ground hollering. And I said, what happened? And right before we walked up, a Jeep pulled up, the guy got out of the Jeep with Monty, put him on the ground, popped his collar off, and left him there and took off. And we came down right after this happened. And everybody was in shock and not doing anything, and he's hollering. And I said, well, is anybody going to take him? Because if not, I'll pull my car around and we will take him. And so everybody was like, you will? Oh my gosh, you will. So some guy picked him up, and he was totally fine being picked up. I pulled my car around, opened the back of my SUV, and dogs were in the back seat, and put Monty in the back and drove home. Did our due diligence to make sure he wasn't stolen. I was doing a lot of postings and asking around, and some notices on a lot of different websites. There's no chip. He was abandoned, and he settled right in to our home, and the rest is history. And he's around 12 or 13, and this was like 4 or 5 years ago. But living the best life here, and he also fit into our family perfectly. So, you know, if I hadn't been in that moment, hiking, you know, busy Saturday morning, if I hadn't been there, and if that person hadn't dumped Monty, we never would have had Monty in our family. And, you know, you could say that it's horrible that the person dumped him, but it's a blessing that we found him, and we were there to give him a home, to rescue him, and he has just really illuminated our lives. But the synchronicities that led us to connect with Big Monty, he's a big cat, he's chubby, he always has been, probably always will be. You know, the synchronicities that led us to find him, to rescue him, and this one too, little Leo. What do you think, Leo? What do you think? The little cat action cam. He would, and here comes Monty because he needs to always be the center of attention. And the dogs are inside because I wanted to give the cats the spotlight and not have the dogs also riling everybody up. So anyway, this is our catio. This is Leo. He's going to be in a lot of videos, a lot of photos. Our life is just beginning together. Lady Snowbee doesn't make a lot of appearances because she's always on the move and it's hard to get her. Cats are hard to get in videos, unlike the dogs. But here we are. They're doing pretty well aside from my camera moving around a lot. So do you ever feel like you were divinely guided to your pets? That there were synchronicities that led you together? Maybe they were an answer to a prayer of yours where you were hoping to manifest a new animal and then they came into your life and your life changed. Comment below, share your stories of the divine orchestration. I always love to hear that. And if you feel like you would love to manifest the perfect animal to add to your home, start to just put it out there. Say a little prayer to your angels, your guides, to your animals in spirit, maybe a previous pet that has crossed over. And you never know, you might have a new special one that is meant to be in your life, changing your life, touching your heart, and giving you the opportunity to share love in a whole new way. So that is our post for today. You got to see Monty over here. I'm going to back up. It's very windy and chilly, but look at the king here. Oops. Oh, now he's moving. Well, anyway, that's my video for today. I hope I didn't make you dizzy. This is a little bit more of an action cam, but we're going to do one last Lady Snowbee there. And Leo, Prince Leo. And we will see you in the next video.